Bro, listen.
Never in my life associated the word boring with baseball.
We know what's up.
Me? Yeah. Famous? Yeah.
And I'm like giddy over there smiling like, we're about to win this shit.
Did everyone give you crap? Give me a good host story.
I'm not picking it up.
We both love the game.
We talk about it every day.
Can't get enough baseball.
Having some popcorn, you're fooling around your phone.
I'd have to wait in line for 3 hours.
Hang on, because it's about to be a wild ride.
How do you describe how your season's going a third of the way through?
Yeah, I feel like it's been a season of learning. First and foremost, kind of going through typical things that baseball players do. Came out really hot. Kind of had to make a little bit of an adjustment. And, we're working out of the adjustment now.
Because of how hot you came out of, your numbers have you in the Rookie of the Year conversation. Is that ever something that you quietly think about, a goal of yours, maybe possibly?
Yeah, no, not really. Just I think the way last year went, my goal this year was just trying to be as productive as I can for this team, and no matter what role that was in. I think that's something that still is my goal. Whether I'm, 0-for, as long as I'm having quality at bats and being a productive out. That's something that statistics don't show all the time. And I think that's something that the team values, and I think that's something that I'm looking forward to continuing to progress with.
You got some veterans over here in this clubhouse. You got guys like Gunnar. How much has he kind of been a blueprint for you to kind of follow behind?
Yeah, Gunnar's awesome. We're really good buddies. One of my best friends on the team. And, what he's doing is pretty remarkable right now at the moment. And sometimes you just kind of sit back there and watch, which feels like that's what I'm doing a lot of the time. I think just his day-to-day work ethic and things like that, how he goes about his business is something to model after.
We don't get to watch you on an everyday basis, but batting cleanup in this lineup, how significant is that for you?
Yeah, first time tonight. It's pretty cool. We have a really good team, really good lineup, and like I said, I'm just looking forward to trying to be as productive as I can at the plate, and whether that's getting guys over, getting them in, or getting a rally started. That's kind of how I view myself, and I feel like a lot of guys on this team view themselves like that as well.
All right, here's a good question. To talk about what Jemai said about coming up, we've seen a lot of guys come up, and I think that coming up now in the Major League is probably more difficult than ever, because of game plans and analytics and social media and everything else. What's your perspective, and what advice would you give people?
Yeah, I think you first and foremost kind of just have to, understand your role and understand who you are as a player. I think coming up last year, it was a little bit different role than I had in the minor leagues, and I wasn't quite as understanding as I am now, or as I was in the spring training, kind of what I was competing for, and how to go about my business. But it's one of the hardest games in the world, if not the hardest. At least I'll say that it is the hardest one.
Yeah, we'll go with
I play it. Yeah. I play it, so I'll go ahead and say it. But yeah, you're gonna have failures. You're gonna struggle, but you're also gonna have success. So I think just trying to stay as even keel as you can, and just trust in your process and go about your business.
Like you said, I remember the day you got called up September 1st, around there last year. And it was one of these things where people get called up, they see it, and then they go back and then they succeed. Mike Trout did it. Can you feel that now?
Yeah, we have a couple guys on our team that have done it. Sam Moll is one of the examples. Got sent down, came back, had a 30-30 year the next year. It's part of the game, and there's nothing to be discouraged by it at all. And I think that you can't let yourself get discouraged, because then that's when
That's all right. These are helicopter-proof.
Whatever. Yeah. Well, my ears aren't helicopter-proof.
Sorry.
You can't get discouraged by it, and I think just continuing to come into work every day is kind of how to combat that.
Is there advice? Sometimes it's one person advice. Sometimes it just happens, right? Mm-hmm. Is there anybody that gave you sort of the fork in the road advice?
Yes and no. I think everyone in the clubhouse did. Kyle Stowers would be an example. Last year I got sent back down. He was he was there, and he went through kind of the same thing, and he has a really good perspective on a lot of things, and really good mindset, and it's just someone that it's good to have in your corner. There's nothing crazy or specific, but just had a lot of really good advice.
I mean, like I said, you talk about Gunnar. Gunnar this time was, I think, under 200. It's
a long season. That's
a long, but you know how I know that because he finished unanimous in Rookie of the Year balloting, right?
Exactly.
I mean, that's a pretty good thing to sort of rest your head on, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's a league of adjustments, and I think that they're going to make adjustments to you, and you're going to have to adjust back. And I think that's just how this game goes. And as long as you continue to trust your own process and not try to get too far out of that, then I think you'll be okay.
Real quick, what's the second hardest sport? I have to ask.
Probably golf.
No, that's fair.
Good one.
That's
the only. I think I'm saying what a hitting coach told me when I was growing up. Golf and baseball are the hardest, and he puts baseball harder because the ball's moving.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm curious about something now, actually, because you mentioned how you got sent down and were coming back up. You had how familiar are you with this group over here? Because you absolutely killed the Red Sox.
Well, I mean, I guess we played 3 games there, and that ballpark plays well for me. Let the ball get deep, and if it's in, you pull it. If it's away, let it ride off the monster. But not crazy familiar. But I know a couple of guys. I know David Hamilton, Texas guy. I played against him in college. A lot of good players over there.
Yeah, man.
My last thing is, this is a hot or not hot going to a movie by yourself.
Hot. Yeah. Why not? Why not?
That's kind of what I'm saying.
There's nothing wrong with that in my eyes. I don't see why that's not acceptable.